Here's the harsh truth. Most people aren't broke because they're lazy. They're broke because they've been lied to. Lied to by schools, by society, even by their well-meaning parents. And the worst part? You probably believe some of these lies right now. That's why by the end of this video, I'm going to completely break down the 9 biggest lies that are secretly keeping you poor. Because here's the thing, if everyone followed the rules society gives us about money, shouldn't most people be rich? But they're not. Instead, the majority are living paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt, while a small percentage quietly build empires. And spoiler, the first one is going to sting because it's the foundation of everything you've probably been told since you were a kid. Lie number 1. Go to school, get good grades, and you'll be rich. Let's start with the holy grail lie. From the moment you could hold a pencil, people drilled this into your head. Just get good grades, go to college, land a safe job, and you'll be set for life. But let me ask you this. If degrees automatically led to wealth, why are so many college graduates drowning in student loans, working jobs that barely cover rent, and secretly Googling how to make money fast at 2 a.m.? The reality? The system was designed in an era where a diploma did guarantee stability. Back in the 1950s and 60s, a college degree was rare. Companies would fight to hire you. Fast forward to now, everyone and their neighbor has one. It's not a golden ticket anymore. It's just an expensive piece of paper that often leaves you $40,000 plus in debt before you even earn your first paycheck. Here's the kicker. The richest people in the world. A scary number of them either dropped out of college or skipped it altogether. Zuckerberg, Jobs, Gates. Am I saying ditch education completely? Not at all. But understand this. A degree doesn't equal financial intelligence. Schools don't teach you about taxes, debt, investing, or how to actually build wealth. They teach you how to follow instructions. And the world doesn't reward instruction followers. It rewards problem solvers, creators, and people who know how to multiply money. Think of college like buying the fanciest treadmill on the market. You drop $3,000 thinking it'll make you fit, but if you never learn proper nutrition or how to build a consistent workout habit, you'll stay out of shape. You just own an expensive piece of equipment collecting dust. That's college for most people, a treadmill they never really learned how to run on. And look, if you're in school, use it as a tool, not a crutch. Learn high-income skills outside of class. Sales, coding, copywriting, real estate, investing, skills that actually generate money. Because here's the truth. Your income isn't determined by the letters after your name. It's determined by the problems you can solve. And speaking of problems to solve, let's talk about the second lie. This one is sneakier because it sounds like freedom, but it's actually the trap that keeps millions chained to the hamster wheel for life. Lie number 2. Get a stable job and you'll be safe. The good old stability myth. You've heard it your whole life. Just find a stable job with benefits. Stick with it for 40 years. Retire and you'll be fine. Sounds cozy, right? Like a warm blanket of financial security. Except, it's not true anymore. Let me drop a harsh reality check. That stable job can disappear faster than your paycheck on payday. Companies don't care about loyalty the way they used to. One restructuring, one budget cut, or one AI tool that replaces half the staff. And suddenly your so-called stable income evaporates. The rich know this. That's why they don't rely on one paycheck. They build multiple income streams, investments, businesses, assets that work for them even while they sleep. A single paycheck is like balancing on one leg. If it gets kicked out, you fall flat. But with multiple streams, you've got balance, backup, and breathing room. Basically, what I'm trying to say is this. Use your job as a launch pad, not a prison cell. Build something on the side. Start small, freelance, digital real estate, dividend stocks, rental property, anything that earns without you punching in a clock. Because true stability doesn't come from one employer. It comes from having options. And here's the irony. While most people cling to that safe job, they're unknowingly buying into the next lie, a lie that has destroyed more bank accounts than bad Tinder dates. Lie number 3, debt is always bad. Cue the dramatic gasp, because this one is tricky. Most people were raised to believe debt is evil. Debt equals stress, chains, and sleepless nights. And for many, that's true, because they only ever experience bad debt. Credit card bills piling up, payday loans with insane interest rates, financing a $60,000 car they can't afford. That's debt that drains you. But here's the lie. Not all debt is bad. In fact, the rich use debt as one of their sharpest tools to build wealth. Millionaire Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, built much of his fortune through good debt. He used loans to buy rental properties, then let the tenant's rent cover the debt payments, while the property itself grew in value. The debt wasn't a chain, it was a lever. Think about it this way. A hammer can build a house or smash your thumb. The tool isn't evil, it's how you use it. Bad debt equals buying liabilities, things that lose value, like that brand new car smell that costs you $700 a month. Good debt equals buying assets, things that pay you back, like real estate, a business, or leveraged investments. What I'm trying to say is stop demonizing debt. Instead, ask, will this debt make me poorer or richer in the long run? If it funds something that generates cash flow, it's a tool. If it funds something that loses value the second you buy it, it's a trap. So if debt isn't always the devil, what about the next money myth? This one's sneaky because it feels responsible, but in reality, it's keeping you locked in a financial hamster wheel for life. Lie number 4. Save your money and you'll be rich. Ah yes, the grandma special. Just save your pennies and one day you'll be a millionaire. Cute, right? Except saving money alone will never make you rich. Why? Because inflation is a silent thief. That dollar you stick under your mattress today, in 10 years, it buys you half a cup of gas station coffee. Prices rise, your savings shrink in power, and suddenly, your responsible piggy bank looks more like a hamster on life support. Let's put numbers on it. Average U.S. inflation hovers around 3 to 4% per year. Average savings account interest rate? Around 0.5% if you're lucky. Translation, every year, your safe money is quietly being pickpocketed. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, saving has its place. You need an emergency fund. But the lie is thinking saving alone will build wealth. Rich people don't just save, they multiply. They put money into assets that grow faster than inflation. Stocks, real estate, businesses, digital products. It comes down to this. Save to protect yourself. Invest to free yourself. If your money isn't earning, it's burning. And while saving won't make you rich, the next lie is even more dangerous because it tricks you into thinking you're playing it safe, when really, you're gambling with your entire future. Lie number 5, don't take risks, play it safe. This one hits deep because it's usually planted by people who love you. Parents, teachers, relatives. Don't take risks, don't rock the boat, stick to what's safe. But here's the plot twist. Playing it safe is the riskiest thing you can do. Look around. The people who played it safe by never leaving their comfort zone, they're often the ones struggling the most financially. Meanwhile, the ones who took calculated risks, starting a business, investing early, moving to where opportunities were, are the ones who escaped the paycheck-to-paycheck hamster wheel. Playing it safe in money is like refusing to leave your driveway because driving on the highway feels dangerous. Sure, you'll never get into a car accident, but you'll also never get anywhere in life. So here, you want the truth? You don't get wealthy by avoiding risk. You get wealthy by managing it. The rich don't blindly throw money at crypto, hype coins, or gamble in Vegas. They take calculated risks. They study, prepare, and then make moves where the upside is bigger than the downside. Billionaire Warren Buffett didn't become one of the richest men alive by avoiding risk. He became rich by understanding risk. When everyone panics and sells, he calculates the value and buys. That's not gambling. That's strategic risk-taking. Avoiding all financial risk is like dating with the goal of never being heartbroken. Sounds safe, but guess what? You'll also never fall in love. Stop letting fear paralyze you. Instead of asking, is this risky? Ask, how do I manage this risk? Research, diversify, start small, but start. The longer you wait, the riskier safety becomes, because inflation, time, and missed opportunities will eat you alive. And if you think playing it safe keeps you secure, wait until you hear the next lie. This one is whispered by banks, plastered on ads, and baked into every paycheck you've ever gotten. And it might just be the biggest scam of all. Lie number 6. Your house is your biggest asset. This is one of the most popular lies out there, and banks love it. Society drills into you, buy a house. It's the best investment you'll ever make. Renting is just throwing money away. But let's break that down. Is your house really an asset? An asset is something that puts money in your pocket. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. Now ask yourself, does your house pay you each month, or do you pay for it? Mortgage, property taxes, insurance, maintenance, repairs. That surprise $8,000 bill because the AC unit died in the middle of July. Yeah, not exactly free money. Calling your house an asset is like calling your car a moneymaker because you drive to work. Sure, it gets you places, but it's still draining your wallet with gas, maintenance, and insurance. Now don't get me wrong, owning a home can build equity. Over time, it might appreciate in value, but for most people, their house isn't generating income. It's sucking it up. The real wealthy turn real estate into true assets. Rental properties, multifamily units, Airbnbs. Places where tenants cover the mortgage while the owner pockets the cash flow. That's an asset. Don't fall for the hype. Your house can be part of your wealth plan, but it's not automatically an asset unless it generates income. Want your home to be an asset? Rent out a portion, build a duplex, house hack, or start buying investment properties that actually pay you. Speaking of lies that keep you broke, the next one is sneaky. It sounds responsible, it sounds disciplined, but if you follow it blindly, it'll rob you of your greatest advantage in wealth building, time. Lie number 7, wait until you have extra money to invest. This one is brutal because it delays the single most powerful force in wealth creation, compound interest. We're told, don't worry about investing now. Just wait until you're making more money, then start later. Sounds logical, right? Except by later, you've already lost years, maybe decades of compounding. And compounding is the secret sauce that turns average people into millionaires. I mean, waiting to invest is like planting a tree. The best time to plant was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. The worst time? Later. Because later never comes. Here's the trap. People think they need to be rich to start investing. Wrong. You need to invest to get rich. The wealthy didn't start with millions. They started small but early. They let time do the heavy lifting. Start now. Even if it's $50 a month, even if it's just putting money into an S&P 500 index fund. Small amounts add up when you give them decades to grow. Don't wait until you have extra. Wealthy people understand you don't find extra money. You make it by prioritizing investing first. And if you thought waiting to invest was a wealth killer, the next lie is even bigger. This one is baked right into your paycheck, and it's one of the slickest ways society keeps you poor without you even noticing. Lie number 8. Taxes are just something you can't control. Oh boy, this one's juicy. Most people treat taxes like bad weather. Well, nothing I can do about it, just gotta pay up and complain. But here's the truth. The wealthy don't play by the same tax rules as everyone else. Middle-class people earn, get taxed, and then spend what's left. Rich people? They earn, spend, and then get taxed on what's left. Huge difference. Why? Because they understand the system. They use businesses, real estate, and investments that come with tax benefits. Meanwhile, the average person just hands over a third of their income every year like it's charity. Business owners can write off expenses, travel, meals, equipment, even part of their home if it's an office. Real estate investors can use depreciation to legally pay little or no taxes while their properties go up in value. Meanwhile, the W-2 worker is paying top dollar with no deductions. Seriously, the tax code isn't a punishment. It's an incentive system. It rewards behaviors the government wants, creating jobs, providing housing, investing in businesses. The poor don't know this. The rich do. And I gotta say this. Stop thinking of taxes as an unavoidable death sentence. Start thinking like the wealthy. What can I invest in or build that comes with tax benefits? Learn the basics, or hire a smart CPA who plays chess with the tax code while everyone else is still playing checkers. And if taxes feel like a rigged game, the final lie is the deadliest of them all, because this one isn't just about money, it's about your entire life. Lie number 9. Money doesn't buy happiness. Ah, yes, the classic comfort blanket. Money doesn't buy happiness. You've heard it, maybe even said it. And sure, money won't fix a broken marriage, cure loneliness, or magically give you six-pack abs. But let's stop pretending money doesn't matter. Because here's the truth. Money buys freedom. Money buys choices. Money buys time. And all of those things, they sure as hell contribute to happiness. If your car breaks down tomorrow and you can't afford to fix it, that's stress. If you can swipe your card without flinching, that's relief. If your mom gets sick and you can pay for the best medical care, that's peace of mind. If you hate your job but can walk away because you've built passive income, that's freedom. Saying money doesn't buy happiness is like saying oxygen doesn't matter because it won't make you a comedian. True, it won't make you funny, but it's pretty hard to laugh when you're suffocating. Bottom line, don't demonize money. Stop treating it like an evil villain. Money is neutral. It's a tool. In the hands of the wise, it creates security, opportunity, and freedom. The goal isn't to worship money, it's to master it so it works for you instead of against you. Now you've seen the 9 lies society feeds you to keep you broke. So here's your mission. Comment the words, "No more lies," if you're done believing these myths.